Yeah, I posted. Yeah,
But there may be people trying to get on Facebook.
true, true. Oh well. So, welcome to the Be the Spark Movement, July 2026 conversation. And today's conversation is about manifestation and goal setting. So, I wanted to start today with a little like blessing over this movement. So, y'all can see it as a prayer or just a blessing or whatever, but I just want to begin this Be the Spark meeting with I pray that we open our hearts to our truth, give us ears to listen, minds to discern, and hearts to remain humble. May every word spoken bring hope, every conversation reflect love, and every person leave knowing they are seen and valid. Above all, let our light shine brighter than our ideas so that we receive everything we are meant to receive.
Hmm.
All right.
Nice.
Manifestation. Who wants to go first?
Hmm.
You want me to let me open it with what Paul Haynes says. So Paul Haynes is was in our book The Other Side of Fear. He wrote The Grip. He has taken the grip and ran with it, and he is using it to promote his coaching business and do this whole thing around the grip. So if you haven't read his part in the Other Side of Fear book, read it. It's very, very touching. I think I cried every time I read it.
Hmm.
Uh, but Paul couldn't be here today because he was with family, and he said for him, manifestation isn't magic or wishful thinking. It's not just saying you're a millionaire and that's it. Just have faith and it would happen. For him, it is that he doesn't, hang on, my printer did not work very well. It doesn't mean I don't use manifestation as part of goal setting. I believe in goal setting and affirming daily by affirming what you're committed to and visualizing not only the outcome, how it will feel, what it will look like, but more important, visualizing the actual behaviors and actions we need to do to bring that goal to life. He
Hmm.
uses it as a mental visualization as a mental rehearsal to prime his nervous system so that when he comes to do the task, he's ready to go.
Hmm. Hmm.
So that is Paul's take on manifestation.
Hmm.
And now
I
we have someone from Morocco joining us.
Oh, good.
Yay. Hi.
Oh. Hey, hello.
How are
Good to
you?
have you. You're muted.
Yeah, you're muted. Yeah. So glad you're joining
Got
us.
it now?
So we're talking about manifestation and goal setting. And I just read a little blurb from Paul. So who wants to go next to tell us what their ideas of manifestation are?
I'll
I
go.
have
Oh, go on, Terry. Go on.
yeah, I have when I first saw manifestation and goal setting, I saw that as uh almost a polarity, but not quite because they're similar things. But what I've my experience is, and I've heard people that say it's two completely different things, but they're both intermeshed. So when we set goals, it comes to fruition. So there's a manifest, and some people go into manifest in a different process, like Paul said, with magic and looking at all the woo-woo side of it. But it's all, I think it's kind of it is totally intermingled, but they're different approaches. And sometimes goal setting can be logical, step by step. Okay, I'm setting a goal to finish my master's degree, for example, and then you have by this by July I need this completed, and in order to do that I need that completed. But and all of those things set, and it's a process, which ends up in manifesting. However, looking at it on the other side, it doesn't have to have all those steps. So goal setting is manifesting. Manifesting is sometimes goal setting and sometimes not. They totally intermingle. I guess I'm trying to say it where it makes sense, but yeah, but yeah, it goes into different processes or processes as we go through these steps. And manifesting doesn't have to be a goal setting. It can be a vision, and it can come into. So they're different. They both go hand in hand, but they turn around to different things.
Yeah.
So yeah.
You kind of hit them at a different angle.
Yeah. And it's a beautiful process because either way, if you have your focus on what your desire is, you're eventually going to get there, whether you're got your nose to the grindstone or you're sitting, meditating and watching it. I think with manifesting, there has to be some steps, some action steps. A lot of people still think I can put out my vision board and think of this and put the vision board in the closet and it's all going to happen. I mean, I'm not going to say that hasn't happened. I'm not going to say it hasn't happened to me, but it puts people, I think it sets them up for disappointment if it doesn't work in that way that they expect it to. And we do step-by-step actions. It may not be like goal setting, a formula, an outline of the steps, but every morning when we wake up and we've got a finished point in our vision, we do something toward that, a small step toward that. And it might be just today, I'm just looking at my vision. Like if you're planning a vacation, you're looking at, you might be one day actually booking your flight and getting your hotel reservations and going out and buying your hiking boots or your swimsuit or whatever you're going to take with you. And sometimes you're just looking at pictures on the website of where you're going to go, or imagining you're sitting on the beach 6 months from now. So we're always doing something, I think. In order to get somewhere, we're always going to do something.
Yeah.
Toward that goal.
Mm-hmm. And I think for me, because I think I've said this on other podcasts that we've had, I've always dreamed big. Even as a kid, just I've always dreamed big, and that can be very humbling or disappointing because a lot of things haven't. None of those really big things have come to fruition for me. But along the way, I've learned so many things. You know what I mean? So even though I manifest this huge thing here, I didn't realize that the lessons, the more important things, are happening in those little steps that I'm taking. Even if I don't sing, I want to always make records, make songs. Well, I'm not doing that, but I still learn to appreciate music. So those things like that, like the poetry thing that I want to do. When I tell people what I want to do with it, they look at me like, "Well, how are you going to do that?" I don't even think about how I'm going to do it. I just say, "I want to do it," and I try. And if I don't get there, because I've been humbled by manifestation, I guess. It doesn't bother me if it doesn't come through. I'm still going to try it. So me not getting to where I want to go doesn't stop me from taking that journey anyway. So I think for me, manifestation, most of the time, as much as I say it to myself and I plan all these things out, a lot of times it hasn't come because I guess the universe wants me to do something else, or want me to learn a lesson along the way instead of what I think is the important thing. The important thing is coming through through those journeys and through those lessons I'm learning, trying to get there. So I don't know if that makes sense, but
It does.
that's where I am.
You're taking steps. You're still taking steps in that way by listening to music. Or who's to say you're not going to write a song a year from now, 10 or 15, 20 years from now, or when you're 95.
Yeah.
You might, and all of those things are steps to getting there. And if we have a goal in mind, we don't, like you said, you don't always have to get to that goal to reach some sort of satisfaction on the journey.
Right.
So the journey can change around. There's twists and turns, and you'll get somewhere else that might be as fulfilling or more fulfilling than what you originally thought you wanted.
Right.
Welcome, Karen. We are glad you're here to join us. So we are just getting this conversation started.
Hello, I moved. I have technical difficulties and because I wasn't to use my iPad and I don't really know how to use Zoom on my iPad very well. Apologize.
No, no problem at all. Just jump in the conversation.
Thank
So,
you.
yeah. Anybody else want to go next before I?
So I think that, well, for me, goal setting is kind of like
Hey,
I, I
Jimmy.
set I set this big hairy goal, and then for me, manifestation is the action around it to get to that goal. So for me, it's kind of like love. It's very subjective that way. Love is to me an action, and so for me, manifestation is the same thing. It's the actions that I take in speaking out my goals, all of the different steps to my goals, and I reverse engineer it so that I have this big hairy goal. Like I wanted to become a dental assistant. This was a long time ago. And so it took me 3 or 4 years to get there from when I decided. And so there was lots of like barriers in the way. And so I just had to go around them somehow. But I kept going towards that goal and I finally got there. And now it's been a couple decades doing that. So the big for me goal setting is like a slightly more concrete thing, a thing that I choose or a thing that I'm working towards, and then the manifestation is the vehicle of how I get there.
Mm.
So
Ah,
that's what the difference is for me for those two things.
Mm.
Yeah,
yeah,
Yeah.
it's
I
the
can see that
process.
too.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
So much wisdom.
Mm-hmm. It always happens here, I tell you.
I know.
Always happens.
Anybody else? Adabust, if you want to unmute and share your thoughts.
I think he's on mute.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I'll ask him to unmute. And Jimmy
There.
got to join us. You're unmuted now, so you can speak. His internet
Might be frozen.
might be frozen. Just jump in if your internet unfreezes. Oh, Karen, no worries about joining late. No worries. We're just glad you're here. So I'm just going to give you a little bit about my ideas of manifestation and goal setting. I do think they definitely go hand in hand. I think manifestation is more in the mind. And the way I see it, it's like saying those affirmations and deciding what you want. Recently, I have listened to some books and stuff on how to reset and rewire your mind.
Mhm.
And so that's a lot of what has gotten me thinking about manifestation is, when you're in that theta state, when you first wake up or before you go to sleep, and like repeating those things to yourself that you want, the goals that you have, and embodying that. So understanding what it might feel like if you're standing on the top of the mountain and you've climbed Mount Everest, or if you have you know, holding your book in your hand as you've published it. Like, what does that feel like? What does it look like? All, include all the senses within it. And then the
Mhm.
goal setting is the actual steps that you take. That's just my thought on it. And if you haven't ever listened to anything about rewiring your mind, rewiring your brain, it is utterly fascinating.
Mhm. I'm reading this book. I don't have. It's called I forgot. Well, anyway, it's right around here. But I'm reading this book that talks about how the power of the mind and how you can your brain tells your body what it's going to do or whatever. So you can say things and your body will take it as if it's like if you say I'm rich. and you continue to tell, your body acts as if chemicals are released and all of this stuff goes on inwardly that fools your body into thinking that you're rich. So you go about things, it's really phenomenal what we can do mentally. Instead of saying I'm poor or this isn't working out, this is going to work. This is going to work. And you're chemically, you actually do something inwardly that helps that so your body actually believes that you're doing. Bruce Lee said this one time that you should never, even in joking, say anything negative about yourself
Yes.
ever, because your body was like, well, I don't know, you're kidding. You must feel bad about you. You don't like your hair today, or you don't like your face. So he said that years ago. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense. And I'm reading this book and I'm thinking, reflecting on him. I'm like, yeah, wow, he said that some years ago that you don't joke with yourself negatively.
Right.
Ever, ever. So you transform that into something positive, and your body believes that you're going to um, overcome whatever it is you need to overcome or achieve whatever it is and this book is talking about. It's so deep. I've got how to become phenomenal. I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it. But go on, somebody else talk.
Will you type it into the chat when you get the book? That would be, I
Yeah,
would like to read it. Oh, that's
becoming
beautiful. Oh,
supernatural.
I might
Becoming.
have that
That's
actually on
Oh,
right.
this book
audio.
is so
Okay.
deep, you guys. It's so deep. Oh my God.
Yeah.
Yeah, it got me thinking on a whole different level. So anyway, really good. So somebody else chime in. So
I,
I
I
talked too
wanted
much.
to I wanted to piggyback on what you were saying because I have been having physical hip pain for a couple of years, and well, not for a couple of years, for almost 2 years, I think. And so I feel like somewhere in my past, I know I have spoken negatively to myself at
Hmm.
times. Maybe that caused it, maybe it didn't, I don't know. But anyway, I've been trying to manifest healing for myself and trying
Hmm.
to speak loving words to my
Yeah.
hips, my spine, the areas that I think are having where the issue is coming from. I've done a lot of some traditional medicine. I've gotten massages, PT, physical therapy helped a lot. Massage will temporarily relieve the pain for a little while. But in the last couple of times I got body work from a couple of different people, um, while I was there on the table, I kind of had some little bit of a epiphany, I guess, that I mean, I have my life is going really good. I have a good job. I really enjoy it, but there's been a lot of changes and a lot of things for the past couple of years happening here where I live that I feel like I've just been combating one obstacle or one challenge that I've like wound myself up so tight that when this
Hmm.
gentleman was doing, I think it was neuromuscular therapy, trigger point therapy or whatever, I just felt like my whole body was unraveling from being so tightly wound up. And so I'm trying to figure out my mental how to think better, like
Yeah.
to not
Yeah.
how to let stuff roll off my back, like water off a duck's back, that kind of thing. Not to like think everything is, one shoe is dropped and I'm waiting for the other shoe to drop, that kind of thing. I'm trying to change that thought process. So when I got the invitation to this meeting, I thought, let me jump in because I typically have been working on Saturdays, but I have been taking a break because of this hip pain.
Mm.
So as a massage therapist, I do part-time work. But anyway, that's what I wanted to say. I wanted to say thank you for, I do have that book on audio. I need to go back and re-listen to it. So
Oh
thank you
yeah.
so much for what you
Yeah,
said.
it's very powerful. And he talks about health issues being, taking breathing, because we don't take breathing as seriously as we should, but doing the meditations and stuff, and how people have healed themselves. It hasn't happened overnight. It's not like a month thing, but just staying consistent with it, and they've healed themselves from very bad situations with their health. So yeah, this book is like changing my whole mindset.
Well, thank you
So
for
yeah.
for bringing it up because I feel like I was meant to be here today. So thank you.
Yeah.
Hmm. Hmm.
It is fascinating, the power of our mind, because our mind doesn't know if what we think is real or
Hmm.
not,
Yeah.
and our
Yeah.
bodies respond.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And how the heart's involved. The heart doesn't just pump blood. The heart is a trigger for many things. It is a conscious thing in us. It really is. And so this book has opened me up to all. I'm like, man, I need to start thinking about this magical thing I have called a body, and using it the right way. And
Yeah.
using my mind in the right way, and not looking at the obstacles as much as so much as obstacles as more looking at them like they're just lessons. They're not obstacles. They're just lessons, and there's a way to get around that or through that, through through mind. You know.
Yeah, there's actually, Jimmy says, lovely to see you all. Yay, Jimmy, we're glad you're here. There's actually something called the heart brain, and that's
Hmm.
about what I know about it.
Hmm.
But I've heard, so if that's something you're interested in, learning more about.
Absolutely. I think the
I
heart brain has to do with our links with humans. So we're meeting on Zoom,
Mhm.
so we don't get that electromagnetic exchange of energy.
Mm.
We are getting an exchange of energy, but it's not the same as when you're in person.
Right.
Right.
So that that has to do with that, I think.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that is definitely a
Hmm.
huge factor in
Hmm.
connecting.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Jimmy, Neil, how'd the blast?
Mhm.
Jump in.
Well, Jimmy's internet may not let him jump in a whole lot, but I mean, for me, trying to manifesting things is about is trying to maintain a positive energy about the things I'm trying to manifest. Because to me, it's easy to fall back into, well, this is never going to happen. This, that kind of stuff. But by manifesting it, like everybody else has talked about, it helps my body and my brain recalibrate. Yes,
Mm.
this will happen, and this is positive, and things will work out. So that's kind of where my manifestation, I guess, at its core, is kind of what I realize what it's doing for me. It may be doing more than that, but that's what I realize it's doing for me, and that's kind of how I approach it. And I never really tried to manifest things before, in the past, until I married a lovely lady, and she explained it to me and helped me do it. So that helped a
Mhm.
lot.
Yeah. Great. Great.
Thank you.
I have a magical example, and I want to share that because I've gone back and looked at this in my life. So when I was 6 years old, one of the many times I sat down with my family and we watched The Sound of Music on TV, as many Americans do.
Mhm.
Beginning of the movie, there's where the helicopters are flying over the Alps, and I remember being very amazed with it. And my parents told me there was a helicopter, and that's how they filmed the movie, and explained that they filmed that at the beginning. And I said at that time, I said, "Oh, someday I'm going to fly over those mountains in a helicopter." And my mom says, "Well, and she may not have meant it that way, but she says, if you want to, maybe you will someday." And that was just as realistic as going to the moon at that time, especially when I was 6 years old, when it was right after the first moon landing. But anyway, I thought about it at that time, and I saw the movie, many times after, and didn't really think about it that much. And so when I was 26, I moved to Germany the first time with my ex-husband through the military. And a year later or two, I went with my friend and we were driving, and we decided, oh, it'd be fun to go to Austria. I've always liked Austria. I'd like to go. And so we went to, not near where the Sound of Music was, but it was in that area. It's a small country. And between then, I did, um, in school, I did a report, and we had in world history, we were supposed to pick a country and talk about it and make a little poster. And so I did that, and that was cool. And then yeah, we went to Austria, and then um 4 years after I came to Germany, my sister came to visit. We went to Salzburg for a long weekend, decided that would be fun. And there we took the Sound of Music tour, and that was really
Mm.
great to do all this stuff. So all these things kind of connected around Austria. And it wasn't till about, well, so a few years after that, I had been snowboarding and I was with my husband in this outdoor program. We were in a group trip in the mountains near Salzburg. We had been there a few times and we stopped at the top of the hill. We got off the chairlift and we're looking around and we're waiting for some people to catch up. And at that moment, I looked around and I said, oh, holy shit. Here I am looking at those same mountains from the standing a little bit ahead, and I'm looking at the peaks. They're about the height I am, so I'm not looking from above down. And I went, oh, wow. Maybe, and of course, I played around with law of attraction. I thought, somewhere in my mind as a kid, and kids don't think of whether it's possible or not, when I said, I'm going to go there someday. And like Jeffrey, you said, it doesn't always happen exactly the way you think. But
Right.
I had the same mountains snowboarding. That was like my 5th trip there. And didn't think about it the other times, but I went, oh, wow, there I am.
Yeah.
This came true.
I love that.
There's probably a lot of other things in my life that way, but for any of us, but we're not in that perspective where we see the fruition of the manifestation. Okay, still haven't been in a helicopter flying over the Alps, but I've flown over them in a plane, so
Pretty dang close.
Yeah. Yeah. That's great.
Jimmy, I see that you have some wisdom you want to share with us.
Yeah. Thank
Oh, I think he froze.
We got to get Elon on a Starlink to get Jimmy a.
Oh,
Borrow the helicopter from Sound of Music if they can something.
Right.
Have I lost you?
We can hear you, yeah.
Okay, I was saying that I want to thank you all for coming through and sharing stories plus great minds we thought about today's conversation. I would want to speak about goal setting in particular. I would want to talk about goal setting in particular. To me, goal setting, I want to associate it with choices. Setting a goal is a choice. Setting goals is a choice, not only a goal, but goals is a choice. And this drives me back to the conversation I've been having since last week. Even today, I released another episode of my podcast about the small decisions that shape our lives. Those are choices still. So if you talk about goal setting, these are choices. And for me, I believe goals predetermine who you are going to become tomorrow. I think the person who moves without goals, they are empty vessels. It's not being cruel. I'm not trying to be rude. The person who doesn't have goals right now, but it's like being an empty vessel because you don't have something that is driving. You don't have that driving force. Goals predetermine your destiny, or you can't even imagine. It doesn't mean that you will achieve all goals. But look at a friend you met at a particular convention or conference. Look at a person you found on that trip, a friend you met at that trip. Look at the next place that you came across in a particular situation when you're pursuing one of your goals. All these moments have had a great impact on your life.
Yep.
All these people have had a great impact on your life. This is coming from you changing or you going a certain goal. And to a person who feels like in the past a goal and they don't achieve that particular goal, I want to tell you that you won in some way or the other. The only issue that you have not given it a good thought about what you achieved in the period. Most times we don't ultimately achieve our goals, but we end up achieving different things like experiences, lessons, people, along the path of achieving the goals. We shape our life, we shape our future, the memories, and everything around us. So if goal setting is a choice, when you pursue those choices, there is a lot you learn along the way, there is a lot you come along the way. That will shape you a lot. And therefore, the goal you set today, you should be careful, cautious about what you set today. A very big role because they're going to determine your everyday life, how you are going to your mindset, they are going to determine the way you start thinking. Because, for example, if you're pursuing, let's say, an innovation, tech, you want to develop a particular application. If it's about ambulances, you are going to venture into a lot of, you have to learn a lot about clinical matters.
I think you're freezing up.
Yeah. You're kind of freezing up, Jimmy.
Yeah, he froze up, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I love what he was saying though.
Mm,
Oh, yeah.
Just
Everything is a choice.
yeah,
yeah.
just this
Oh,
podcast. Like
everything.
I didn't think we'd
Everything.
have this podcast. When we met, I was interviewing you for my podcast,
Right?
and from that we met Jimmy, and then we started. But so that's one of those things where you have one goal, but the universe has something else planned altogether, and this came out of that. Just at least for me, from my end, I wasn't looking to start up something with a group of people.
Right.
But this is what we have, and it's beautiful. So it was a goal that wasn't in mind at the
Yeah,
time.
yeah. Now you see, for example, okay, this is also a big hello. You getting me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I think this is a very big example for what we're talking about movement, but
We're getting about every third word,
Yeah,
Jimmy.
maybe turn off your video.
yeah.
Yeah. Try
Oh,
turning off your video
are you
again. Yeah. That's better.
okay? Okay. Okay. I was saying, be the spark movement is a very great. It's full of some. Let's say it was Kerry, but this goal. Jeffrey had his goal. I had my goal. You had his goal. Angela and Terry and Karen. We all had different
Mhm.
goals.
Mhm.
But then, because Kerry decided to pursue this goal he had in her mind, it brought her closer to us.
Mhm.
And when we started connecting, there is a force that drove us. And throughout the 3 years of Be the Spark, many people have joined in, and they also have different ways they have been impacted by the movement.
Mhm.
And slowly, by gradually, it's shaping the way we live. It's shaping our schedules. It's shaping the people we are becoming in our society. We are throwing away some beliefs. We are throwing away some beliefs, and we are catching on new beliefs.
Mhm.
If you ask Jeffrey, I remember last time there is a meeting you confessed that you wanted to adjust on this and that. So
Mhm.
these are the consequences, either positive or negative. But trust me, any goal, there is a way it's going to impact you, and not only impacting you, but even other people at large.
Mhm.
Mm.
Mhm. Yeah.
That's my submission.
Yeah. As
Mhm.
I'm sitting here, my brain is going in 10,000 directions.
The other thing I forgot, in fact, this is the peak of it. If to a person to a person who is stagnated in a place, who is stagnated in a situation or a moment, on procrastination of pursuing a certain goal, I believe there is a lot, there are many experiences you've denied to some people out there. You don't know. There are
Mhm.
many, there are people's destinies building because you are kept pursuing a teacher goal. There is a lot of denial your you are open yeah, pursue certain goals. I believe goal has what it can contribute to the person income. It can some people come with it, but still again is like because I have goal in one other every
So I'm not a big fan of AI, but Jimmy, you keep cutting in and out, and I did the AI like taking notes. So just to sum up what Jimmy was saying, it's to person who's stagnated in a place or the situation or moment, procrastination, pursuing a goal. There's a lot of experiences that unite people, and that this is part of what the Be the Spark. Correct me if I'm reading this wrong, Jimmy, but that's what the Be the Spark movement is about. Is helping people move forward with their goals with support and love, and understanding by letting people be heard and really um, sharing their experiences in goal setting and seeing how we've come out better on the other side.
Mm.
So that is what AI caught that, when we're missing some of what Jimmy's saying because his internet sucks.
Mhm.
and it's our advice the of our organization to benefit someone out there after interesting conversations, people get to people to view the game. And I would want to communicate. I would want to communicate to there and us as a team who have joined in any of your submissions. Try to communicate out there from this. I want to talk to someone outside. Don't wait to start because I believe there is a that is new. This is to impact. You are right now than you are imagining right now. The only way you get to know it is on that goal. It's a trip, it's a project, whether it's a party, whether it's an activity.
So I'm going to read what it says you said. Um, you believe there's a God and that you are emerging right now, and the only way to get to that goal, it's a trip, it's a party, and then that's all it called.
Mm.
So, Jimmy, if you want to type a little more about that, feel free to do that because you keep cutting in and out
Okay,
so much.
okay, I'll do that.
Yeah.
Let me get do right. Let us put the conversation. Do right. Chat.
Your wisdom is always so profound.
Mhm.
Sometimes I think you're like 100 years old and you've
Mhm.
lived 20 lives.
Yeah.
Yeah, so part of what I was thinking though is as we manifest and as we goal set, like we have those twists and turns that we think, oh great, so this isn't meant for me, and it does turn out even better than we had anticipated.
Mhm.
And then we get to meet beautiful people along
Yeah.
the way too. Because if Jimmy and Jeffrey and I hadn't started this, y'all wouldn't be here right now, and we
Yeah.
wouldn't be sharing this. And we didn't know what it was going to be. We thought it might be like a one-time thing, and here we
Yeah.
are, 3 years later, and we're doing this, and it's growing.
Yeah.
And it's taken a lot of hard work.
Yeah. And it's growing us too. I say this every time for the people who haven't met me on here. Every time we've never had, as far as I'm concerned, a bad podcast. It's every time I walk away from it and I'm a different version of myself. I'm building on, I mean, I'm not changing completely, of course, but I'm adding on to who I am. Every
Right.
time we have a meeting, it's so profound. It really is. I learned something from, everybody knows something. And when people speak, if you listen long enough, everybody has something to share. Everybody has something to teach. We're all teachers. We've all had some kind of experience that the person sitting next to us or across from us hasn't had. So we're learning constantly from each other. And so that's what I love about these meetings. Regardless if it's 10 people or 2 people, it's always something learned. It's always a lesson learned. And I love that about this.
Yeah. So Karen says an optimized version of ourselves.
Mhm.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes.
Mhm.
And yeah, Terry's been here almost 2 years. Jimmy said he is tuning in intuitively because he can feel our energy.
I love it.
Yeah. It is always so profound. And something that landed with me yesterday, and I think I put it on our Facebook events page, is that part of our goal is that when you leave this conversation, that you feel heard and seen, validated, and you get to carry that out into the greater world and let that ripple out from these conversations.
Yeah.
I have a new massage therapist, and I told him about the B Spark movement just yesterday. And
Uh-huh.
he said, "Oh, what's that?" And I said almost exactly verbatim what you just said.
Mm.
It's about
Nice.
sharing love and inspiration and uplifting people everywhere you go, all throughout your day, just in little ways here and there. You're dropping like little gems, or I call them glimmers. And so it's kind of like glitter. You can't ever get rid of it because it just keeps going out and out and out. It's like the butterfly effect. Same thing with the ripple effect. It's all the same thing.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, so I told him about that, and he goes, "Oh, that's interesting. I'm going to look that up."
Mm.
So it's glimmers. It's like glitter, and it just keeps rippling, and I love it so much.
Yeah. Thank you. Well, we're so glad you're here, Angela.
Yeah.
Thank
So good to have you.
Yeah.
I'm very grateful.
Yeah. And tell everybody about it. Tell all your
Oh
friends
yeah,
and
Mhm.
yeah.
I'm not quiet.
Yeah. That's what we
I'm not
need.
quiet.
That's what we need.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we're kicking around some ideas on how to manifest it being bigger and better. And
Mhm.
one of my goals is, and I think Jimmy and Jeffrey are on this page, and hopefully Neil too, is that one day we do like a world summit and we're all three going to be on a
Hmm.
stage and be able to
That's
Yeah.
cool.
share our
Yeah.
experiences with
Yeah. That's
everyone.
coming. Yeah.
Huge,
Yeah.
huge
I
event.
truly believe that's going to come. I truly believe, and you just have to, you have to believe in it. You have to believe in what, even if it doesn't show really clearly, you just have to continue to just fight through it. And like she was saying about the helicopter, I've always wanted to fly a plane. I don't know where I get these damn ideas. I just crazy as fuck. I'm telling you.
Some
But
stupid
they just
book,
come.
right?
Oh my God! I'll just be looking, and I'll walk my little dog here, and the planes will go by. I'm near one of the airports, not LAX, but one of the smaller airports, right? And I walk, and I'll just stop and just be amazed. I'm looking at this because I can't believe how they keep that up in the air. I love flying. It's just something, and I just want to, and I'll mention to friends, yeah, I want to learn how to fly. And they'll look at me like, where'd that come from? But you just I don't know.
Why not?
Manifesting thing is it's a happy go lucky kind of lifestyle. It really is. You just, you believe in something and it makes you smile.
Talk
Anything
about
that makes you
faith.
smile is good for you. Yeah. So
Yeah,
yeah,
talk
it's
about.
okay to dream.
So Jimmy says to someone out there listening to us, you might be indecisive on starting that goal, whether it is a trip, a project, an event, or a community. Whatever the goal, I believe every goal will have a great impact on someone out there. Absolutely.
Mhm.
Your goal
Mhm.
might
Mm.
be to have a great impact that than what you are imagining or estimating. All that you're manifesting today, you won't know how important it is in the world unless you start. My prayer and wish for you today is that you start now.
Mm.
See, I told you,
That's
Yeah.
Jimmy and his
beautiful.
wisdom.
Hmm.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
One
It's
decision.
almost like that guy that plants the tree, the seeds, and knows that he won't see that tree, but he's
Yes.
planting for somebody that's
He's
coming behind
planting
him. It's
trees
like that.
for
When
people who, yeah.
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 Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's what we're doing just by being here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
That's what we're doing. Um, because going back to what Terry was saying about seeing the Alps when she was 6, I just did a talk about becoming an author, and I found it's probably back here somewhere. It is. Let me grab this. when I was 9, I said I was going to write a book.
Hmm.
And so here's my 9-year-old self.
Oh, wow. That's great. You
That's
still
There-
have it.
super cute.
That's
I
great.
still have it.
That's great. That's great.
So, and then you kind of forget that you wanted to do that at some point, and you find something that motivates you or sparks your interest or
Yeah.
Mm.
reminds you of that
Yeah.
little 9-year-old girl that
Exactly. That's beautiful. And
has
never
had
throw it
it.
away. I tell people all the time, if you write something down, don't throw it away. You just never know.
Yeah.
It may
Mhm.
not be the great writing, it may not be a masterpiece right there, but it may incite a masterpiece on down the road. So don't throw
Mhm.
anything that you write away. I'm telling you.
Absolutely.
I
See.
just saw something about the 10-10-10 um, itemization thing for inspiration about what you might want to do or what you might want to goal set. So you write down 10 things that you loved as a child. Can be
Hmm.
super small things, doesn't matter. Jumping in puddles, whatever. And then 10 things you're curious about, and then 10 other things that you want to try.
Hmm.
And
Ah,
once you read through those, they can inspire things that you might want to do or goal set about, or change your career to, or try, like just all of those kinds of things. So I just actually was reading that last night. I think it was last night. And it's
Hmm.
just brilliant. And actually I'm planning to do that later today. So it's interesting that we talk about this kind of thing and I love how it all ties in.
yeah.
It's
Yeah,
just
that's great.
awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was getting ready to say that because I was thinking how manifesting or goal setting really has to embody so much on the foundation side.
Mhm.
Like getting through the fear
Mhm.
of knowing that you can do it,
Hmm.
of laying that foundation, of seeking out the people that can support you,
Yeah.
of doing the work and finding the education or whatever it is that's going to
Yeah.
support you. So
Or
like
seeing it when
manifesting
nobody,
is the umbrella.
yeah, or
Mhm.
seeing it when nobody else sees it. Because sometimes you'll see
Yes.
something and nobody around you understands it. Like, what are you talking about? So you have to see through that, get beyond that, and say you'll catch up. But you have
Yeah.
to
Yep.
see it even when nobody around you sees it, and just go
Yep.
with it.
Mhm.
Yep. Kind of like that world global reach of Be the Spark, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Hmm.
Yes.
Everybody's like, what? You do what? 1 hour
Yeah.
a month? And I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, it's gonna be
Yeah.
great.
It's a
Hmm.
gorgeous hour. It's
Yeah.
a gorgeous hour.
Yeah. Yeah.
It always makes my month.
Yep.
Yeah.
That and our grandchildren.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's awesome.
Uh, well, we
Give you
are,
one more thing to smile about. We
yeah,
need more smiles.
we
There's
do.
one
Mhm.
more thing to kind of smile inwardly and not just externally because, we can fake about that, but to smile inwardly, there's no fake about that. So this gives,
Mhm.
to me, this kind of talk gives me something internally to smile about. And that'll kind of do something to my external, but it's not going to be fake. So,
Mhm.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, I think we could just talk for hours about this and
yeah.
everything that it includes. When I set up these talks per month, they're just ideas, and it just absolutely amazes me and floors me that this talk could be hours and hours and hours in the depth of a small little topic.
Mhm. Well, kudos to you for coming up because you come up with the topics most of the time.
Yeah, y'all help
And
me
so
some.
kudos to
Yeah.
yeah, but kudos to you for bringing up really deep and interesting topics. So kudos to you.
Yeah, they're all just human things that we all experience, and uh, that's how we remind each other that we are way more alike than different.
Hmm. Hmm.
We're all a
Absolutely.
light.
Yeah, yeah. And the differences are beautiful. When you go to a botanical gardens, you don't go and just see just red roses. That's beautiful, but you go and see the whole outlay. So our differences are even make it beautiful. It really
Mhm.
does. So look
Yeah,
at it like a human family, a garden, human garden. So even the differences are beautiful, or
I
can
love
be,
I
can
love
be.
that, Jeffrey. You need to write a poem about that.
That's a good one.
I'm
Well,
sure
Carrie,
it's
when you
there.
said that it's a little light in us, I'm right by a hospital, so you can hear a helicopter, I'm sure.
We can't hear
in
it.
the background. Oh, okay. Well, there's a helicopter going by, but it made me think of the song
There you
"This
go,
Little
Terry.
Light of Mine."
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there it is.
Mm.
Yep.
And Jeff, if I can ask, can you sing that
Can
song
I
for me?
sing? Which one?
This little light of mine.
I'm gonna let it shine.
Yeah,
This little light of mine.
oh,
I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it
mm,
shine. Let it
mm.
shine. Okay,
Oh
I'm
my
done.
Yes,
gosh.
yes.
Y'all are
Thank
bringing
you.
tears to
Thank you.
my eyes.
I know. I know. I love it.
Oh,
Thank
I
That
don't know
brings me
it.
back to
Oh
that
my
brings me back
goodness.
to first
You
grade
brought
and
the teenager in me because that's all I wanted to do when I was a teenager. I was like, I'm not gonna go to
you.
school. I'm just gonna sing. It didn't
Oh
happen that way. But I
goodness.
still love to do it. At least I can do it in my shower and be happy. So whatever.
So beautiful,
Oh my goodness. Karaoke next month.
right? Yes.
There's a song that I've been playing on repeat. It's called I'm Bringing the Angels.
Mm.
So,
Ooh.
yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's a good one.
That sounds amazing.
It's
I'm bringing
Trisha
the
Yearwood if anybody wants to look
Okay.
it up.
Okay.
I'm
Trishy
Bringing the
Earwood.
Trisha Yearwood. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's
I don't know
lovely.
if anybody remembers, because this is a really, really old song, but Three Dog Night back in the early 70s, and they had Joy to the
Oh
World,
yeah, that's a great
Yes.
song. Yeah, yeah.
all boys and
Yes.
girls,
Oh, we're gonna
Joy
start a choir on here.
to Deep Blue Sea, Joy.
Joy to you and
Oh yeah,
me.
that's a
Oh
great
yeah.
song.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh
I
yeah.
remember somebody asked me what my favorite song was, and I told them,
Ooh.
"Oh, it's Joy to the World." And I remember the pastor of the church says, "Oh, wow, that's impressive." And then I started singing. He goes, "That's not what I was thinking of."
Not that one.
Not
Not
that
that
one.
Oh, that's
And maybe we
fantastic.
should make it be the Spark playlist.
Oh yeah, that'd be
I'm
good.
down for that.
Absolutely.
That'd be good. That's a good
Yes.
idea.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So if y'all come up with anything, let me know. I'll
Okay.
I'll start with those couple
Mm.
and we'll
Yeah.
go from there. Well, does
Okay.
anybody have any last profound thoughts? Jimmy, thanks everybody for being here. Jimmy, we always appreciate your wisdom.
Always. Yeah.
Thanks for having us here.
Yeah, thank you for being here.
And all of you are amazing. Thank you so much. You make my day. You really do. All the statements.
And I just
Mm.
invite you guys to help us continue to manifest and grow Be the Spark movement. Talk to people, invite them in third Saturday of the month, and we may be expanding that. We're still playing with that idea. Follow us all over on Instagram, TikTok is well, TikTok, I haven't made one, but we're on LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, of course, our website and everything. So, and I just want to
Awesome.
tell you guys, y'all bring me so much joy and y'all
Mm.
bring me so much hope.
Thanks for
Hope for
starting this. I
Wesleyan.
appreciate it.
Oh yeah.
Thank
Really
you.
nice. Thanks everybody. Good
All
seeing
right.
everybody. Thank you, Angela, for coming through.
Yep.
Good to see
Take
you.
And
care.
Karen and
Thank
Terry and
you all. Yeah,
Jimmy and
all of
Love
you.
to
Neil
meet
and
Thank you so
everyone.
much. Great to see you,
all
Jimmy
right.
and Neil.
Yep.
Every guy. Love you guys.
Yep.
All right,
See you
take
guys.
care.
Thank you.
We'll see you next month. All right, take care,
Yep.
everybody. All right, have a
Bye.
Bye.
great day. Okay, bye.